Christian business coach Angel here, and after talking with a lot of women lately, I realized, or was reminded honestly, how many of us jump into our business without a plan, right? Like, you just jump out in faith. I did too initially. And even if you start with a plan, like that initial business plan that you created using a Google template is long gone in some drawer, and you just kind of out here making waves in the water. And so what I was going to do, what I thought would be helpful, is to take you through how to just create I'm going to call it a quick and easy plan. This is a smaller process of what I do with new clients during our VIP day, which is where we kind of flesh out the large picture, 12-month plan, 90-day to 12-month plan of their business, right? And so what you always, and by the way, I highly encourage you, if you do not have a business plan or you don't have a working plan right now for your business, your products, your services, your marketing, your goals, if you're not clear on that, right, instead of staying in that place, why don't you ask God to let this be a light for you. Let this be a guide for you, right? And instead of when I'm going to go through things, because you can't ask me a question in real time, instead of saying, well, I don't know, so I'm just going to stop, say, well, God, you guide me. You let me know, right? You gave me this vision. Show me how, right? And just do the best you can. Right? Like if you need a coach, right, you can book me, and it's still going to be helpful for you to just do what you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Okay, so let's get into it. So you're always going to start with the big picture, right? Your big picture. Always start with your big picture. And your big picture, honestly, is just what is this about? What impact are you making? What does God call you to do? What skill or expertise do you want to share with the world, right? Mine is the 3 E's. We at the Christian Sheepreneur Academy, we want to encourage, we want to equip, and we want to educate Christian women to, wait for it, become millionaires who use their life and business to glorify God, right? That's what it's about. We here at the Christian Sheepreneur Academy, we want to help women make money and change lives. Because, what else is there? I'm just saying. And not even about the money. It's really just about the changing lives. Money is the resource that allows us to reach more people and do more things, right? Okay. Beautiful. So now that I know the big picture, I'm going to scale it in, right? I'm going to keep this really, really simple. And so I'm just going to do it with one program or service. And yeah, because I want to keep it simple for you too. So now that we have the big picture, what's your big goal? Okay, I'm going to do my best to keep this simple, because at this point in my business, we have layers. It is what it is, okay? Okay, so the big goal, one big goal that we have is to enroll 30 women, right, in my road to Wealth program, right? Road to Wealth program. So that's 30 women, and I'm just going to round off the price to make the math easy, right? So at 3K, so the revenue goal, right? Again, you need to start with your goals. Clarity on your goals is so important. So the big goal is to enroll 30 women in my Road to Wealth 6-month program, right? The revenue goal for that is 3K a person, so that's 3K times 30 And so that is 90K is the goal from enrolling everyone into this group program. Alrighty, so by the way, if you followed along and answered these questions for yourself, can I just congratulate you? Okay, good job. Because clarity, I'm telling you, as women, we can get on our emotions and our thoughts can spiral and we can make it so much harder than it has to be. I'm not saying building a business isn't challenging. You're going to overcome limiting beliefs. You're going to overcome, a lot of it is just, so within our minds, I'm not downplaying the power of it. I am just saying that a lot of it, we don't realize how much control we have. Like, God gave us the power to change our minds. Renew our minds was actually an instruction that he gave us, right? So overcoming limiting beliefs, like learning marketing, learning sales, like mastering these skills, right? Learning how to build relationships with people, learning how to network, right? Learning how to stabilize your emotions. So like when someone signs up, it's not like, and then when someone doesn't, it's not like, you know, learning to detach a bit, right? Of course you're going to care. This is your business, this is your vision, but detach enough to be able to keep going without being on that emotional roller coaster, which actually just slows you down instead of helping speed you up. So I'm not saying that it's not going to be a challenging journey. What I am saying is this is actually the easiest part. This is just letting out your dream and creating the roadmap, right? It's not actually implementing. And the challenges, more challenges come with the implementation. So let this be easy. It's okay to let it be easy, okay? And you can always make changes. You're not married to this, okay? So, and I just say that because I'm not there with you, and I really want you to do this along with me with your business if you have not done this lately, okay? So we have our big picture, we have our big goal, we have our revenue goal. And so the next thing is how are we going to reach it, right? And this is going to be our execution roadmap, right? Our execution roadmap, okay? So first we need to decide on when do we want to receive this goal, right? I'm going to keep this, again, high level for you. I'm just going to make it in, like, let's just say 90 days, right? So let's just say it's June. So June, July, August. Okay, so then that goal, the goal deadline, if you will, right, is August the 30th, right? So now we need to decide, what do we need to do between now and August 30th to reach this goal, right? And I'm going to, once again, keep this really high level, okay? So let's just say in June, I want to actually create all the marketing materials that I'm going to use to promote this, because I wanted that out of the way, and I want to do that so that by the time we get to August, I'm not like, oh, I'm going to do a challenge or a webinar. I need to create slides. Oh, I need a sales page. Oh, I need graphics. Oh, what am I going to post on social media? Like, I've done it that way. I've done it live, and I've also done it where I created everything beforehand, and you know what happened? I was able, as each day during the actual launch, which is when I was actually starting to market my program, right? Or share my program with the world, I was able to just concentrate on pushing out what I had already created, right? I was able to concentrate on the women that I was serving and engaging with them and answering their questions and just having fun. So there's not a right or wrong way. I just liked this way personally, right? It also takes a lot of pressure off, especially if you're newer to this process, right? So June, we're gonna create all the marketing materials. July, my birthday month, we are going to focus heavy on list building, right? You need people to sell to. It just is what it is, right? If you want to enroll people in your program, you need people to sell to. And a lot of times people say, well, how can I meet people? There's so many ways. You can go outside. Just go outside. just go outside, right? You can meet neighbors, you can meet people at the Y, at the gym, at the coffee shop, at networking events, volunteer, animal shelters, right? There's so many opportunities, and notice none of those were online. So yes, you can absolutely use the power of the internet, and people have been in business for decades, longer really, not using the internet or social media, right? So list building, when you take away the technical aspect, it's also relationship building. How many people have you met? How many relationships have you created, right? Because a portion of those are going to be interested in what you offer, even sometimes when you think they are not, right? I remember when I did my first event, I had no community, I had no network. I only knew the people from my college, other school, elementary school, middle school, and the sanctuary I attend. And I had a month to build relationships with people. And some of the people who I filled in that event, I put 10 people into that event. One of the persons was a college friend who I asked to buy a ticket because I needed to sell a certain amount of tickets, and I was open to being uncomfortable and just focused on my goal. Now, I thought she bought a ticket just to support me as a friend. She turned out to be one of my best clients with one of the biggest success stories. She became an Amazon bestseller in 6 months, right? So don't be so always concerned about meeting people and thinking, are they going to be a client? You just focus on meeting people, creating relationships, and also building a list. Now that specifically is when you offer something free that they find valuable in exchange for their email or number, so you can keep in touch with them. So do both, right? List builds and relationship builds. You're going to do that really heavy in July. And you can, for the introverts, me included, it can be uncomfortable. And it sometimes, we won't get deep into this, but to put it really, really simply without using techniques that can help you overcome that, it's like, what's more important to you? The vision that God has given you, or staying comfortable, right? And you have the power to decide. And with that being said, there are also ways to list build without going out and meeting people. You can do it online. You can share a YouTube video. You can share a post on social media. You can share a story, right? It really can be as simple as posting on social media. Hey, I created this free resource for anyone who wants to manage their money better. DM me if you want a copy. That's it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Okay, and then August, right, we're actually going to launch, right? So the launch is when we're going to have what I call a sales event. And this sales event, it can be free or paid, but it's just going to be something that really gets people excited, more interested in you as a person and how you can help them, right? So a sales event can be a free webinar, it can be a challenge, it can be a workshop, it can be a 1 day or 2 day event in person, it can be a retreat, anything really, but it's going to be a portion of time that they actually have to sign up for to get some type of small win or value from you, and you're going to use that to then transition them from that sales event to your program, which in this case, it would be the Road to Wealth. One of my favorite sales events are challenges because I just really like to help women get things done, right? I'm not really a big fan of things where you just take notes and not action, right? So I would encourage you, choose a sales event that feels good to you. So often I think it can be easy for people to, watch what some people call gurus or the coach or the person you've been following, me, whoever, and think, oh, well, they did a webinar, so I should do a webinar. They did Facebook ads, so I should do Facebook ads. What is God putting in your heart? How would you like to work with people? What have you maybe experienced that you enjoy? You will get further faster with that than just doing something because you saw someone else doing it, right? Okay, beautiful. So you're going to host a sales event, right? And for me, that's normally going to be followed by, again, an email nurture sequence. Don't get caught up in the lingo. I'm going to explain and simplify in a second. And then also I'll do like a lot of social media posts around it too. Just straight inviting people into the program at this point, right? Okay, so like I said, an email nurture sequence. So normally, again, for me, I like to host a sales event. So a lot of times that's like a challenge, right? Sometimes it's like maybe a couple, 2-3 hour workshop, right? I also like to host a 1-day event because I'm, again, more a hands-on coach. And then after that, I normally make an invitation for those who want to join the program. Now, the thing is that unfortunately, human behavior, a lot of people like to wait to the last minute, right? And a lot of people like to sit with it, they decide. So what I do is I send a series of emails with more information on what the program is about, how it will help change your life, how it has helped other people so they are more empowered, like it helps them build up the confidence to make the decision that they already know they want to make, right? And then you put a deadline on it to help that urgency, because some people will sit on it. If you give them forever, they will sit on it forever. And as a coach, it's my job to help you into a decision. Even if it's no, right, that's great, but at least you've made a decision, right? And then I do social media posts. So after I've hosted the sales event, then I just open it up to the world, depending on the program. And I'll do different lives. I'll post videos. I'll post in my stories. I'll post carousels all about my Road to Wealth program, who is for how to help. Here's a behind the scenes look. Do a Q&A on what questions do you have. I'll highlight different modules or parts of the program to show people what you're going to get and why you need to enroll in this like ASAP, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So I know this is pretty high level, right? But the thing is, look at it. All you do when you're planning is you start big picture, and then you start with the big goal, and then you start to drill down. Every level you're drilling down, right? So big picture, big goal, revenue goal. You're clear on that. Now we need a goal deadline. You're clear on that. How are we going to reach that? Now we broke it down by the month. So what would be the next step? Like, I want to say like, right? If you say a drill down each month, absolutely. So now you say for June, whatever you chose for June, now you're going to actually flesh out what each of these, like if you said marketing materials, you're going to flesh out what those would be. Maybe you want to list build and start with your relationships first. How are you going to do that, right? And you're going to actually flesh out what you're going to do each week. And then you're going to add it to your calendar. That makes it real. And I'm telling you, when you get so caught up in your plan and actually you just focus on implementing your plan, you won't have as much time for all of the emotions and the doubts and the overwhelm and the feeling lost. Like, this is enough to keep you busy. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is hypothetical, by the way. This is a real program, but this is not necessarily what I'm going to do. I just wanted to show you the process so you can use it for yourself. I have a 6-month program called Next Level Faith and Business, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's geared toward helping you over the next 6 to 12 months create your first 5 to 6 figures, right? That's what it's about, right? So if you just really want your business to be a hobby, then I'm so appreciative of you being in my community. It's probably not the program for you, right? And that's okay. If though you are a high achieving woman and you've accomplished so much in your personal life, in your professional life, even in your career, and you like your job, but you started this business on the side, and while you're not ready maybe to leave your job tomorrow, eventually you do want to let go of it and have your business bring you a full-time income, right? This is the program for you. If you are tired, right, of always having more expenses than income coming in your business, right? If you're just ready, which is fine, by the way, if you're ready for your business to pay for itself, right? That's kind of where I was after 3 years of my first nonprofit. I had made $500 in 3 years, and I was like, I was having fun. I was enjoying helping people. The gospel was being spread, right? At the same time, it was like I could see that the model I had created wasn't working. I was volunteering in my business and working in my business at nights and weekends, and I was just spending money, right? And I'm like, this isn't sustainable. Like, your business should at least break even, right? And so that's part of what caused me to seek coaching and created this journey of what I do now, right? I didn't know God was going to use that to transition me into coaching, and He knew all along, right? And for those of you who know my story, I completely revamped my business and went from making $500 in 3 years to $20,000 in 7 months, right? No website, no email list, right? So if you're ready to go from an expensive hobbyist to having what I call a God-led business, which does include profit, by the way, purpose and profit, then DM me next level and I'll send you information about the program. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said, leave your questions if you have them below. And please, if you have a takeaway, please leave it below so we can celebrate you. Thanks.